Today I'm going to show you how to do something called the distributive property. To be able to do the distributive property, you need to know how to multiply monomials, which is what we did last day. You use the distributive property when you have a monomial, which is one term, being multiplied by a polynomial, which could be two or more terms, such as this. The polynomial will be put into brackets. The monomial could be at the front, such as here, or it could be at the back, such as over here, but the idea is that the polynomial will be put into brackets. And what you do is you multiply the term on the outside of the brackets by each term inside the bracket. And when you do this, the two things you want to remember when multiplying is you multiply the coefficients and you add the exponents on like bases. So here's what we do. We take the 8x cubed and we multiply it first by the 3x squared. And that would give us 24x to the 5. So over here on the side, this is not the work that you would show underneath the question. If you wanted to show this work, you would do it off to the side. So the first term in the answer comes from taking the 8x cubed, that's the monomial on the outside, and multiplying it by the 3x squared, which is the first term on the inside. And when you multiply the coefficients, you get 24. And when you add the exponents on the x's, you get 5. So the coefficients get multiplied to give you the 24, and the exponents get added on the x's to make 5. The second term comes from taking the 8x cubed and multiplying it by the negative 10x. And what you want to remember is the exponent on that x is a 1. So 8x cubed times negative 10x to the 1 would be negative 80x to the 4. And just to show you where that came from, if you take the term on the outside, which is 8x cubed, and multiply it by the second term, which is negative 10x to the 1, when you multiply the coefficients, 8 times negative 10 is negative 80. And when you add the exponents, 3 plus 1 on the x's is 4, so that's x to the 4. So once again, you multiply the coefficients and you add the exponents as long as they're both x's. The third term comes from multiplying the 8x cubed with the 2. So 8x cubed times 2 would give you positive 16x cubed. So just to show you where that came from, 8x cubed is the term on the outside, and you're multiplying it by the third term, which is 2. So when you multiply the coefficients, 8 times 2 is equal to 16. And when you add the exponents, that has an exponent of 3, but the second term doesn't have any exponents, so there are no exponents to add. So you just leave it as 16x cubed. So the work on the side you wouldn't actually do if you didn't, well, you didn't have to do it if you didn't want to. You could, but you want to keep it off to the side and just leave your answer underneath the question like that. And the things down at the bottom to remember: if there's no exponent showing, the exponent is 1. If there is no coefficient showing, the coefficient is 1. And a constant term basically has an exponent of 0 on the variable, in this case x.